The pull-out method. I mean, who of us dumb bitches, actually bitches was supposed to be directed at all genders, please don't misunderstand. Which one of us dumb bitches have done the pull-out method? I think we've all fucking been there, and Florence and I have done some research because we both use the pull-out method, which is fucking stupid, and we wanted to actually like look into the science behind why it's so risky.
You know what? After we did our research on it, I've started using condoms when I'm ovulating.
Really?
On my app. I'm like,
it's actually changed your
need
opinion.
to take this a little bit more seriously. I don't want to get knocked up.
Yeah, I mean, getting knocked up is fine if you're in the physical and mental place for it. But if you're not planning to have a kid, then it is so stupid. Obviously, condoms, when you're single or when you're fucking around or when you're like sleeping with multiple people, are imperative to protect you against STIs. And when you don't use a condom, you can't get protected. But we're kind of coming at this situation from like, we're seeing the same person, we're more mature, we're both nearly, well, I'm 30 this year, and I've been in a relationship for 6.5 years. So accidents can occur, like more regularly than we think. We've all known people at school to get like pregnant. I'm sure we know people that have had abortions or pregnancy scares. The amount of fucking pregnancy scares that we've had as well. Pregnancy fear is a real thing.
Oh my god, I'm scared about getting pregnant every single month before my period.
Really?
Like, and I still continue to do the pull-out.
Oh, fucking up. That's probably why. Because you use the pull-out method and you're like, shit, this time.
Yeah, even when I was on the pill in my last relationship, I still had pregnancy fears because I was just like, oh my god, I'm so bloated, I look pregnant.
Yeah.
And like my nipples hurt.
Oh, absolutely. But that is just hormones. That is just like ovulation and pre-period.
Literally.
We get bloated and we get nipple pain. So instantly we're like, oh, I'm definitely pregnant. No, I am definitely pregnant.
I literally bought a whole packet of like those little strip pregnancy tests.
Oh shit.
For my monthly pregnancy fears.
Oh my god,
because just to like calm myself down so I know that I'm not pregnant.
So pregnancy anxiety is a real thing, and we would not recommend the pull-out method if you do suffer from pregnancy anxiety. This video is actually both for men and women and for all genders to look at. We're not directing this just at women because it's not just the woman's responsibility. You know, it takes like, fucking two to tango.
I feel like a lot of people in long-term relationships or with continuous sexual partners use the pull-out method because they're like, well, if we're both safe STI wise, sex feels better without a condom, so that's why they go ahead and do that.
And it's less faff a lot of the time. A lot of people think it's a mood killer. Our counter argument is like, if you want to have sex with each other and if you're attracted to each other, using a condom should not ruin that experience. Us being female, it's less detrimental to the feeling and pleasure of sex, but it can still be less pleasurable with a condom, especially because plastics like can irritate and they can rub, and not to mention like penises have to deal with like actually having a sheath over the top of you, potentially being the wrong size. It can be uncomfortable for both parties.
Yeah, if you don't find a condom that you both really, really like, it can be rubbish using condoms, but that's why you need to explore like different brands and different sizes so that you find something that's right for you. So we did research on the pull-out method.
Yeah, let's get to the facts.
Because we both were like, hey, we're using the pull-out method. We were like, yeah, but you used to say that was really bad to do. And I was like, yeah, but... And then Reed started doing it.
The pull-out method, yeah. Because I came off of contraception, so I've always been, since I was like 16, always been on contraception. It's never crossed my mind when I've been in like a committed relationship to use condoms or like for pregnancy. Of course, pregnancy scares happen a lot because I wasn't particularly on top of the pill. But now I've chosen, since the beginning of this year, to come off of the pill. It's obvious very prominent and like holy shit, I could actually get pregnant.
Yeah, I guess like the crazy thing is that obviously I felt exactly the same way when I was in my last relationship. I was like, I'm only using the pull-out method because I'm in this relationship and I actually wouldn't mind if I had a baby.
Yeah.
But now I'm single, and in the two last kind of people that I've been seeing, I've used the pull-out method in both situations.
We're not supposed to laugh.
After like knowing that they were clear STI wise, but I know that it's stupid.
The thing is,
I know the risks.
But I think that's why STIs spread, because like people know the risks, they just don't care in the moment.
Oh, I'm also one of those people that are just, I'm so shit in the moment when it comes to sex. I'm just like, as soon as I'm that horny and it's like a dick is about to enter me, I'm like, I don't care what the fuck you do with that. Just put it in me right this second.
Fully dignitized. And I think
you could have like an STI and I'd be like, put it in me.
I think guys definitely feel the same way. They're just like, I don't care if I knock you up because I'm so horny. I just did a you there, Florence. Fuck. I'm so horny that I just need to feel your bits around me. We should say that this does not necessarily apply to same-sex relationships and same-sex sex. Obviously, still STIs are an issue.
We're talking about pregnancy, methods of
sperm
contraception.
in the egg kind of shit.
So actually, the pull-out method is 78% effective, which kind of sounds like...
It sounds like a
reasonably,
lot.
Okay. And you're like, oh, okay. But then you look at it in a different point of view, and that's about 1 in 5 women get pregnant from using the pull-out method.
Yeah, which
and
is
that is
fucking
a lot
scary.
of people.
If you've got 5 friends and you're all using the pull-out method, one of you is getting fucking pregnant. And that's only if the pull-out method is used the right way, is done the right way, which is so risky because not only, it's like asking somebody to hold back their orgasm. Can you hold back your orgasm when you really want to? It's fucking hard because you just get lost in the moment and you want the pleasure. You know, if the guy pulls out and comes over your pussy or vulva rather than your tits or something, and then you end up getting like the moment you're smearing cum around and then you're doing like fingering and like, you know, he's eating the cum off of you and then like spitting it in your pussy, there is still a risk there. And also it means that the female, us, we relinquish that control. We are not in control of that. So that changes the percentage. So if you're doing it the right way, yes, it's 78% effective. But I think half the time, if not most of the time, people don't get it done the right way. They can't hold that cum.
Yeah. I used to think that I'm pretty sure I read this somewhere and it's been like deleted from the internet, so it's probably not even true anymore. Yeah. So like the myth was that if you pee in between masturbating or having sex and ejaculating and then ejaculating again, the pre-cum doesn't contain sperm.
Yeah.
But I can't find that information anywhere anymore. That's why I was using the pull-out method, because I was like, well, pre-cum doesn't actually have sperm in it unless they've just had sex or they've just done this, and that's not true.
Pre-cum, to break it down, is the fluid that the sperm is into. And so like when men are masturbating and they get that sort of clear liquid that comes out during the masturbation, which isn't the same as like the ejaculation. So pre-cum doesn't have sperm in it unless you've been having sex or masturbating previously, the couple of days previously. And the worry of the pull-out method is even if you pull out and do it correctly, when you get all hot and bothered and the pre-cum comes up,
that has sperm in it.
That could have leftover sperm in it, and sperm can live inside the body up to 5 days. It's like the same if like you use the pull-out method, you're like, oh, I'm not ovulating, it's fine, you can spunk inside of me, and then 5 days later you're ovulating. Yeah, then like that can still be a fucking risk, and I've definitely taken that risk before, which is stupid.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've not let anyone come inside me. I've started like
I just love it. Fuck.
I know. I love it so much as well. Like, I want it so badly. Like, it turns me on. I masturbate to that shit. Like, I want someone to come inside me.
I've been fantasies.
Because I have...
Gonna fucking come inside you.
Yeah, impregnate me.
Yeah, fuck.
It's so hot.
It is.
But this is why it's dangerous, because the reason that we're using the pull-out method is because we think it's like that sexy, like hot thing.
Yeah, and also it's animalistic, right? We've got hormones inside of us telling us to get pregnant constantly. Every single month we get ovulation and we send off like all these like hormones, and our bodies are like really horny and we just want sperm, like not even intentionally, because it's just like part of being human.
I'm lucky I'm not pregnant right now, because I've been using the pull-out method for like a little bit, and definitely whilst I've been ovulating, probably.
Yeah, Yeah, we're
And-
fucking stupid.
I'm tracking my cycle, so when I'm ovulating, I'm using condoms now.
Yeah.
So that there's no risk of even pre-cum going in there. And then I'll use the pull-out method the other days when I'm not ovulating.
Yeah.
Which is still risky, but less so.
We would really recommend a menstruation cycle app. Like, I use Clue, but I have been reading
I.
recently that there are some dodgy things going along with menstruation cycle apps about sharing that third-party information. So please do your research before you pick one. And even if you don't use the pull-out method, you're not sleeping with anyone, it's actually just really nice being able to see when your period's coming, when your PMS might happen, when you're ovulating, because it makes me understand my body more.
Yeah,
But
I think also your partners can get the apps as well so that they can actually know your cycle at the same time.
yeah, see, that's fucking smart. And then, you know, when you have like a surprise fuck, there's no surprises.
That is the thing, and I think the thing about the pull-out method is you're giving the responsibility to the guy.
Yeah.
So like they need to know your cycle. It's not like it's no good you knowing the cycle. Like they need to know your cycle so that they know the risk. Like they don't want to get pregnant either.
Yeah.
So
We can't judge anyone for using the pull-out method, and like I think
No.
there is a lot of like I was definitely judgmental about it because what
Yeah.
I've been taught and what I've learned from nurses and
Yeah.
or like doctors, and there are so many other factors involved as well with the pull-out method, things like how often you have sex and where you are within your life, to like mentally, physically. Like if you're fucking around at school and you accidentally get pregnant, that could be cause for like bitchiness or bullying or like, you know, all that kind of weird shit. If you're using the pull-out method, you have to be at a point in your life where you can deal with it if an accident does happen, if you do get pregnant.
Yeah.
So like mentally handle a situation where you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I need to get an abortion or the morning after pill. And also, if you're like with a partner who will support you through that,
Yeah.
doing the pull-out method on a one-night stand, you might never see that person again, and they're not going to be there with you throughout that process.
I would only ever do the pull-out method with someone that I'm like seeing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever do it with someone that was just like a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing.
No, I've made that mistake before, and it scared me into like, holy shit, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Instantly
Also the
got
risk-
tested for everything afterwards. Like,
yeah, exactly.
fuck. It's not
Yeah.
worth the mental like anxiety that you feel when
No.
you have unprotected sex with a stranger.
We can't say like don't use it because we are using it, and like everyone has to make their own decisions. Like it's 78% effective. You need to make sure you're doing it properly if you're using it. It is a birth control method, like it's on Planned Parenthood website. Do your research.
Yeah.
If you want to use the pull-out method, do your research. Look it up online. The Planned Parenthood website's really, really good. Check that out and like make sure you know the facts before you start having sex that way, basically.
Yeah. And don't judge anyone for using the pull-out method. We've all fucking done it, and it's just better to know
Yeah,
the
I have
facts
as well.
than to judge people for it. I definitely had to learn that the hard way. You just have to make sure that you are capable to handle that situation if it does come, when it does come. And just because somebody else is doing the pull-out method, they've done it for years and years and they've never got pregnant, doesn't mean the same applies to you.
They might be infertile.
Yeah, like we might be more fertile. They might be fucking sperm that are like goddamn powerful, or you might be fucking sperm that are like aren't as powerful. There's just so many factors. So it's just, I think you have to have a real conversation with your partner if you want to use the pull-out method as to like, okay, how are we going to do this? What's our plan of action? Will you be there for me if I need to get an abortion, or if I want to have this child? Am I financially capable to have a kid right now? Especially in countries where pro-choice is not an option. There's a lot of countries and a lot of states where pro-choice is still not an option,
Yeah.
which is terrifying. Like, don't fuck about with that.
If you don't have the option to get an abortion if you want one, I would really highly recommend thinking twice about the pull-out method.
And it's also not something you should use as an excuse, like, oh yeah, well, we didn't use a condom, but it's fine, I'll just get an abortion. Abortions, they can be really, really horrible on your bodies. They can make you go through hell. They can be like a period times 10. I have had friends that have gone through the abortion period and they found absolutely nothing. And then other people, you know, it's really mentally stayed with them for a long, long time. So it's just, it totally depends on like where you're at on it.
But I guess everyone make up your own decision when it comes to the pull-out method. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you liked this video and want to see more.
And yeah, follow us on Instagram at Come Curious, COME, as well as our personal accounts, Florence Bark and Reed Amber X, as well as listen to our podcast, Fucks Given, for extra juicy content, talking to loads of different people from loads of genders, sexualities, backgrounds, lifestyles. So yeah, have a listen if you don't already.
And we will see you soon.
And see you next week.
Goodbye, Curious Bagger.
Happy pulling.